is Grind City Wrestling, and I am Dustin Starr. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or listening, especially on YouTube. Last week, Devin cried and boo-hooed about Samantha Irvin leaving WWE, and this week, not only did she turn heel, but we'll talk about that, along with the best wrestling that we watched all week. And WWE dropped some huge news this morning that's got me all kinds of fired up. But now it's time to talk about it and be about it. Introducing my co-host, my tag team partner. He really needs no introduction, especially if you're in the Memphis area. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker, baby! Turn you up, baby. Turn you up.
I'm convinced this man injected himself with some energy serum or something. He's been way too jacked up for this podcast today.
I got up this morning, took my son to school, had a cup of coffee. Got the big WWE news, when they ate breakfast with King Cobra, and I got another coffee. This might be my fourth cup today.
Do you want to tell the people where you went to go eat breakfast at?
First and foremost, I want to tell them to follow you on social media at Devin_Walker 2.
Please don't follow me.
I am at Dustin Starr. First and foremost, what's going on?
I'm good, man. But no, tell the people where you ate breakfast this morning so they can judge you too, just like I just did.
What does that mean? What's the matter?
Tell them where you ate this morning so they can judge you just the way I just did when you told me.
I had steak and eggs.
From where?
I had hash browns.
From where?
I had bacon.
From where?
I had sausage.
From where?
And I had another cup of coffee.
From where?
And I had it from Waffle House.
You should be put in jail.
What's the matter with Waffle House?
Because you ate steak, bro, from Waffle House. Do you think that was real meat?
So you're not necessarily dogging Waffle House.
Waffle House is also
okay.
Also, Waffle House in the daytime is crazy too. By the way,
well, it was kind of morning, afternoon.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Waffle House when the sun's up is crazy.
It was packed, and if you sit at the bar, you hear all the gossip. They were talking shit to each other the whole time.
Y'all, Dustin Starr eats Waffle House in the daytime. That is a crazy.
So what's your Waffle House order? Let me guess. It's the 5-star.
Of course. I keep it and get the little chocolate chips on top. You feel me?
King Cobra had the All-Star as well.
Yeah, King Cobra's a real one.
He took the waffle to go, though.
He took it to go?
I have no idea. But yes.
Bro, by the way, I want to know in the chat, the comments of this show, I know it's a wrestling podcast, have you ever eaten Waffle House sober? Please let me know. I would love to know.
Nobody said anything about sober. No, I'm just kidding.
You were not sober. You were definitely sober this morning.
No, it was good. King Cobra wanted to have Waffle House. We had some business to talk about. WWE's in the news. But first, let's talk about Samantha Irvin, your girl. Last week, you were on here. You were crying, boo-hooing.
I did cry. I did cry on this podcast last week.
Samantha Irvin is gone from WWE, and this week she's turned heel. Please tell me you've seen this.
Okay. Are you calling it is it her saying she didn't like her job turning heel, though? Is that considered turning heel?
She is literally cussing out the fans, saying that I'm glad I don't have a boss anymore because F you.
Yeah, respectfully.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully. She didn't like the job. She said she didn't get into the WWE to be an announcer. She just so happened the announcer job was her foot in the door, so she did what she had to do. Who would have thought she would become a megastar? Now she can do. Now Samantha can. Now she can do what she wants to do, which I respect 1,000%.
Oh,
Go be you, Sam.
To walk away from a position that she had, especially the popularity that she brought to that position, is fantastic. And to be able to walk away from that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah,
that's definitely the leap of faith.
Especially when you don't really enjoy it, right? You're just doing it because you're good at it.
The fans are tweeting, calling her and Ricochet ungrateful, weird mutts.
But that's also racist.
They are all over these two. They are killing them.
That's very racist. That line, wrestling fans
right here, brother.
Wrestling fans are. God, they just
didn't come from me.
They just don't know how to chill, bro.
She also said, in all fairness, I didn't say I hated it. I said I don't like announcing. So this is amazing that she was so good at this position that she really just didn't like it. She wanted to be a manager or work into a general manager type of role or something like that.
Yeah.
But then in all fairness, WWE knows that she was the best in the world at what she was doing and playing the strengths. But if you go through these tweets, brother, they are bad.
Of her tweets or her responses to people?
Well, the tweets to her are killing her, but then the responses back are halfway funny, but then also her cussing them out.
But it's always interesting to me that there's these grown adults or whoever's doing this that take the time out of their day
Yeah.
to
They're grown adults.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you touch grass, right? Like I do. I say that about Grizzly fans sometimes. Like they take the time out of their.
Like, what in the world?
Calling somebody an ungrateful mutt is, by the way, first of all, one red flag. Super racist. Because she's light skinned, because they're calling her a mutt.
Super duper.
Mad racist. Number two, bro, go touch grass. Touch grass. That, like, if you have the time to sit around and like jump on Samantha Irvin's comments or anybody's comments for that, like, no matter who it is.
I guess my position,
weird. It's weird energy, bro.
It really is. I guess my position is, why go public about the position that you didn't like when you might go back or you might get hired by another company making more money? Would that company now say, oh, well, she really didn't like it anyway?
I mean, there's always, yeah, I feel you.
Got a good comparison here. Jerry the King Lawler, who was the broadcast commentator on WWE Raw for many, many years, recently did an interview. I think it was Bill Apter. And he said that he's glad he's not doing commentary anymore.
Sometimes you just do things just because it's you fall into it, bro.
He said he could not wait until the show was over because it was so long, and he was tired of sitting there calling the action.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, are we there now?
Everybody that does their jobs are not exactly enjoying what they do, if that makes sense. I know, like, sometimes we kind of, like, I don't want to say lose track of it because we do things that we enjoy, right? But I think there's some people that I can't speak on let me rewind. There's some stuff that people do just because they have to do it, 5-star. They're not 100% enjoying it. They're just doing it because they have to do it to put food on the table.
Here's one little excerpt from Samantha Irvin. I'm serious. Announcing was only supposed to be my way in. I wanted to manage, maybe even become a general manager one day, but WWE saw no other future for me besides announcer. I love watching the action, but I did not love being a ring announcer. I was shocked. Floored.
Respectfully, man. Look, bro, I'm not that shocked. I'm more shocked at the responses of how dumb people are, but that's fine. That's tomatoes and tomatoes for me.
You know how, like, you just go to a post just to get in the comments?
Oh, sometimes there's certain stuff that I read just because I think it'll entertain me. But, like, when it gets, like, people just start, like, dragging people in the comments, that's when I'm like,
Go to Samantha Irvin's Twitter.
No, I'm good.
And just sift through the comments.
I'd rather look at her Instagram.
It's very disappointing, to say the least.
I mean, look, bro. Somebody once said, keyboard killer tough on Twitter. Somebody once said that.
That is funny.
Keyboard killer tough on Twitter. That's
I'm stealing it.
People are very tough on the internet, man. And that's something that I will guarantee you 98% of those people, when they saw Samantha Irvin out right now, they would not call her ungrateful mutt. I can guarantee you.
Guaranteed. They want her autograph. All right,
exactly.
We've got a lot to get to. WWE Crown Jewel is this weekend. We just had a TV taping at the Wrestle. Hey, that card is awesome. TV taping at the Wrestle Center. Tony Atlas was one of the funniest dudes ever. Tugboat was absolutely fantastic as well. I'll tell you a little bit about that. But then also, we have the best wrestling that we watched all week. And Devin, you're up first.
Best wrestling I watched all week. This is an interesting one because I had a busy weekend, so I had to really kind of catch up on all my wrestling in one day. I would say probably the best wrestling I watched all week, and this is for me.
It was the Halloween Spooktacular, right?
No, that shit was corny and cringy. I love you, Dustin, but it was very cringy.
Glad you said that.
It's very, very cringy.
Stay tuned.
It's gonna get worse.
But wait,
like how do you have a?
There's more.
How do you have a casket match and the guy does a move and like they go pick him up and like there's no like, never mind.
There was a trick or treat match too, and it was whoop that trick or treat match, I guess.
Oh gosh, so cringy.
The monster brawl though. Oh my gosh, we'll talk about it.
That was the epitome of cringy.
Your best wrestling watched all week.
Best wrestling I watched all week. And I think this is an ode to something that I was a big fan of as a kid. I used to always try to find something different, right? Whether it was ECW, whether it was TNA, whether it's other promotions outside of WCW, whether there's other promotions outside of WWE. So this weekend on Friday, I don't know if you saw this, but one of the greatest tag teams in TNA history, the Motor City Machine Guns, are your new WWE Tag Team Champions. For me, bro, as someone who is a big fan of Impact Wrestling, to see them on the WWE stage, because they've been in Impact for so long, right? Yeah. They broken up, they got back together. They broken up, they got back together. They're legends, bro.
Corey Graves said it best. He said, "It's your favorite tag team's favorite tag team."
1,000%. They are that tag team, right? So I want to give a salute to the Motor City Machine Guns. like I said, as for me, who was a big fan of Impact coming up as a kid, because I thought it was like the obscure product, right? The 8-sided ring, everything was different, right? And they were one of the big tag teams in TNA back then. And to see them finally get this kind of like the flowers they deserve on the WWE platform
in their third match ever on WWE.
Big ass salute to them. And I love how every time someone does a promo or even after they won the belts, they say,
I already know.
Let's make an impact.
Make an impact.
I love it.
I know, Solo.
Salute
I know you guys are here to make an impact.
Salute to the Motor City Machine Guns. Big time for y'all, man. So happy for y'all winning that title.
Also, big shout out to Triple H for making that happen. I was actually sitting at the table in the Bears Den where my father-in-law is hanging out and watching, and I stood up and walked towards the table because the TV's off a little bit. So I stood up and walked over because when I saw this promo going down, I said, they're going to do it right now. And then, of course, looking at the clock going, oh, they've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
They're going to win the tag team titles tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, new tag team champions.
Good for them, man. I'm happy for them.
Motor City Machine
You didn't know where I was going with that, were you? You were very confused when I started that whole soliloquy about...
Yeah. But Motor City Machine Guns, man.
We always wrap around.
All right, best wrestling that I watched all week, and it wasn't even close. The Memphis Wrestling Halloween Spooktacular.
It was not the best. Stop it, bro.
Man, it was. It was as cringy as you say it was, but I loved it. I thought the people were going to kill it in the live chat. Well, I mean, they typically love what we do, but even... Okay, so let me take this back. The live chat is always super supportive and loves everything, right?
Yes.
But then when the episode continues and the new viewers that didn't watch it during the live chat...
That's when the people come in.
That's when they start sprinkling in a little bit of the hate and when you start seeing it. But man, as cringy as it was a great positive feedback.
Bro, can you keep it 100, bro? That stuff was cringy.
I just said it was the cringiest thing I've watched all week, but it was the best.
How was the cringiest the best? This is what I'll ask you. Let's keep it 100.
Did you watch?
Yes, I watched it.
Sue Young made her return to wrestling. She spit the mist. Next time she's going to hit you. Spit the mist. Hit the mandible claw. Danhausen. Super Grizz made an appearance, diving off the top rope, hitting a diamond cutter. Shout out to DDP. He taught him that at Grind City Wrestling Night.
Keep going.
Of course, Jason Voorhees was there, and Danhausen casting a curse on Jason Voorhees.
Keep going.
Who else you
want?
Peter
Griffin and the Chicken. Keep going.
Peter and the Chicken. I loved it. All of a sudden, Peter Griffin and the Chicken start fighting through.
Oh, my gosh.
Midway through the match, here they come again.
Dustin, and this is why I'm here to keep it real with you. It was super good. I got through it because I support you.
You love it, though, right?
No.
Okay, so
I did not love it.
For me, rewinding back to my days at WWE Developmental, is I remember seeing
by the way.
Guys like EC3, Bray Wyatt. They loved these Halloween matches. And on NXT, which was Florida Championship Wrestling at the time, Dale Mabry out in Tampa, they would do a Halloween show. And they would be dressed up in costumes. And they would do the dumbest, like hokiest, corniest things. And I couldn't believe they allowed them to do it. They being the producers, like Dr. Tom and Steve Kern, they let them do it. But it was like the one night that they just did the dumbest stuff, and the people went crazy.
I mean,
so that's where I'm kind of getting that from. Like, I can't believe they allowed them to do it. Let's do this.
I mean, even on the NXT show when Trick Williams came out just like Willy Wonka. I mean, that wasn't corny. Like they didn't super corny it up for the Halloween show. Come on, 5-star, be better. Be better.
Also, my Halloween costume was a big miss. I had a neck tattoo.
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you, who the hell were you?
And then I had the chain right here on my jacket.
You should have worn the robe, bro.
I had a cape, and I forgot the cape in the locker room. Yeah, I was supposed to be Cody.
This guy.
It was the worst ever.
Keep going. Continue. Next topic.
Right. Mentioning WWE, mentioning NXT and FCW and all that.
Perfect segue. Talk about it.
Breaking news. There is something new called WWE ID. Have you looked this up?
I have scratched the surface a little bit on this topic, but I know you're the expert on this, Mr.
Let me pull it up
himself.
Yeah, let me pull it up so I don't misspeak. But WWE ID is a new program that's put in place to help potential prospects within the WWE that do not have a developmental contract, but should have a WWE contract. So it's a way that they can keep up with the top prospects on the independent wrestling scene, but not only individual prospects like professional wrestlers, but they're also giving WWE ID tags to wrestling schools. And so they've named their first 5, and I'll give them to you here in just a second if I can pull it up.
Okay, give them to me.
This was huge news. So it is pretty well known that Vince McMahon did not like independent wrestling.
Yes, he did not at all.
And it's very well known that Triple H loves the independent scene.
Triple H is very much online. Wow, I just botched this so bad. By the way, continue talking. My bad. I just screwed this up.
What did you botch?
My second best wrestling of the week. You know my guy, bro. My guy. It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game.
Triple H?
No, the guy who sings it.
The Motorhead.
No, dude.
Who are you talking
are not
about?
online, are you? You're not online.
Oh, the one dude. He was behind the broadcasters on Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
What is his name?
He was at Raw.
He's getting independent wrestling bookings by singing these songs.
Big Daddy Mark is his name. Big Daddy Mark, bro. I'm sorry. Before you talk about WWE ID, I gotta clip this, by the way. Give a shout out to Big Daddy Mark, man. He is the GOAT right now. He was behind the set, and everybody online was like, yo, is that Big Daddy Mark behind the commentator table?
Everybody online.
No, dead ass. Everybody online. Everybody online was wondering if that was Big Daddy Mark behind the commentator's table. And it was him.
It was.
After Triple H acknowledged him and said, it's so much. If you know, you know. Awesome to have Big Daddy Mark join us at SmackDown this past Friday.
Oh, my gosh.
So don't you put someone on Big Daddy Mark's name.
Oh, my gosh.
You should be trying to book Big Daddy Mark for your show.
Big Daddy Mark?
Book him.
Big Daddy Mark, if you're listening to the Grind City Wrestling Podcast, hit your boy up.
Book him. It's time to play the game.
He's got to sing Whoop That Trick, though.
No.
The Memphis version.
No. I want him to, it's time to play the game. It's time to play the game.
Get out of here. WWE ID is WWE Independent Development. It's designed to provide independent wrestlers a clear pathway to a potential career in WWE. Now, you know they had the NIL program, which is next in line, where they recruit college athletes straight out of college. But now WWE ID is the official designation with the goal to guide new trainees and existing talent at the select institutions and enhance developmental opportunities. And this includes wrestling schools. So you know where I'm going with this already.
Yeah.
The Memphis Wrestling Wrestle Center needs to be on this list.
I agree. I mean, you already have a partnership with one of those schools, right?
Absolutely. So there's 5 in there, right? So you got Reality of Wrestling.
That's the one that you're tapped in with.
With our tag team partner, Booker T. Big shout out to Booker T. Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center. I've looked these guys up. There was no affiliation with WWE, but, man, they've got this deal, WWE ID deal. It looks unbelievable. The Nightmare Factory, which is, of course, head up by Cody Rhodes.
And QT Marshall.
Yep. Knox Pro, of course, that's Rikishi. And then Black and Brave Wrestling Academy is Seth Rollins. So what do all of those, out of those 5, what do they all have in common, except for the one?
They all have superstars affiliated with them.
Very, very famous figureheads.
Well, I got bad news for you, Dustin 5-star.
So I guess what I'm saying here is your boy's got to get a little more famous.
Yeah, what do we got to do? You got to go viral for something.
I don't know.
You trying to go viral?
Probably the Samantha Irvin conversation earlier.
That's not going to go viral. You might do the shirt with like, just do more hair stuff. People love your hair in the comments. So just start like, I don't know.
This is awesome. This is groundbreaking. This is bigger than what you guys really even know on the surface, because for a long time, WWE has been signing people to developmental contracts, also been trying to keep in touch and keep track of these wrestlers that they're, so if you go have a tryout, Devin, they'll give you feedback. You need to turn that feedback into action and then go back, and eventually you get signed, or they just say no. So now if you're a WWE ID prospect, then you could go to the WWE ID schools and television shows, which would be Booker T, Rikishi, Seth Rollins. Who am I missing? All the other ones that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And that talent can go and work for the best in the country before they get to WWE.
It's basically like NXT before NXT, right?
This is the developmental for the developmental.
So it's like NXT before NXT.
Yes.
So it's like you're going to see these people on NXT before they...
And... honestly,
I like this.
And you've been really close to the Wrestle Center. You know what I'm talking about. I feel like that we've already kind of been doing that.
Yeah, you have.
Been sending extra talent to WWE.
I hope this doesn't cut off some of the like the people like you or other people having like the extras in the background of, you know what I'm saying, like going to places like your place or other places in the area.
Good point.
To get those kind of extras to fill spots, right?
Right.
Instead of going to Dustin, I hope they don't go, okay, we got these developmental kids at Booker T school. We're gonna
right. They're already pre-selected.
That's the part I'm worried about for you.
Okay, so how I would say that is you're right in a sense.
Yeah.
Because you have your WWE ID prospects. That means you're an official prospect, according to how I understand it. But then also you have your extras, like where you need paramedics, security, somebody for Brock Lesnar to throw around.
By the way, the people that are not wrestling fans, those people are not actually security people. Keep going.
They're professional wrestlers.
Yeah,
usually with Memphis Wrestling
the
or somewhere.
medics that come out when somebody gets put through a table.
They get paid handsomely.
Yeah, when somebody gets put through a table and a medic comes out, that's not a real medic. But continue.
They get paid handsomely. They get to meet everybody. They're in front of the largest wrestling company in the entire world, and there's no telling what can come from that. And a lot of them get booked over and over and over again when they get to do a good job, and sometimes they end up with a contract. So what it really has done, it has really strengthened the ecosystem of independent professional wrestling. Big shout out and big thank you to Triple H for that. It's awesome. Love it.
That was weird. So you're not worried.
You were supposed to do that with me.
My bad.
There we go. All right.
So you're not worried at all about them taking from their prospect pool more so than taking from like local promotions?
I'm hoping that some of our talent becomes official prospects, and then instead of going to do really just extra stuff, that they would go and have prospect matches.
Say less.
That's what I want. So those that are not ready for prospect matches can still be extras and still get opportunities and still get help. But then the ones that are prospects will probably get the matches.
Say less.
I'm in, 100%.
I'm with you, man. If you like it, I love it, as they say.
Independent wrestling, it's back. I love it.
You said it's back. I feel like it's already been around.
I do believe it's already been around, but when you have the largest company in the entire world putting the stamp of approval on it and putting a spotlight on independent wrestling, and previously they acted like independent wrestling didn't even exist.
Yes.
Now you can watch, and Michael Cole will tell you that the Motor City Machine Guns were in TNA and Impact for all these years and how great they were. Like Corey Graves saying that it's your favorite tag team's favorite tag team. Whereas before, they would have just acted like these guys came from somewhere.
We just pop up out of nowhere.
Just popped up.
So that's the thing, too. For me, when I think about this, kind of like the realm of like a fan, right? Because it lets you know, like now, NXT is not just a developmental brand. It is a legitimate wrestling brand.
It is.
It's not a developmental brand anymore. Like when there was the Adam Cole Bebes, when there was the, sorry about mentioning this name, Velveteen Dreams of the world, like those, that was developmental back then. Now NXT is a legitimate like.
You can get signed to NXT.
Off of WWE.
You can get signed to NXT and be a mainstay.
Exactly.
And you have a career.
Yeah.
Of course you want to go up, but even if you don't, you're still on
good.
top.
Exactly. So I got you. This is interesting. I love it.
All right, couple quick news and notes before we get out of here. Tony Atlas and Tugboat were at Memphis Wrestling. It was absolutely unbelievable. There were a ton of pecker jokes at the autograph signing. There was a lot of singing at the autograph signing. It was just so much fun. Tony Atlas is off his rocker, man.
I mean, he's an OG, man. Anybody that walks around with a damn flip phone got to be a little off on something.
Tony Atlas has a flip phone.
He does.
Legit. And also, his arms are this big. He could be 80 years old, and he's got bigger arms than the Gun Show.
I mean, you know, shout out to him, man. Stay in shape.
WWE.
Shout out to Memphis himself.
WWE. I figured you'd like that. Did you hear the shout out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I meant to text you about that. He was like, Devin Walker will love that. Shout out Memphis.
Memphis.
The GOAT himself, man. Shout out Memphis, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Real quick, WWE Crown Jewel is this weekend. I know you groaned. I don't know why. The card is absolutely awesome.
Who cares?
Why?
Who cares?
Is it because it's in Saudi Arabia?
I have nothing against Saudi Arabia. Don't get me canceled.
Is it because it's like a real early show and it doesn't come on at 7 p.m.?
It doesn't really matter. I think it doesn't. I don't know. Like, it doesn't further any storylines, I feel like.
Hold on. So you got Gunther versus Cody.
Okay, that's cool.
You've got Bloodline versus Bloodline. It's official. It's on this card. You've got Liv versus Nia, Seth versus Bronson, Randy versus KO. You have a triple threat for the United States title and a fatal four-way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. The card is loaded. Like, if this card was Survivor Series, we would be extremely happy.
Make a Survivor Series then.
So why do you hate Crown Jewel?
I just don't care about these like Crown Jewel shows. Like, because Because then they try to make me care about like walking around with that damn belt in that bag. Like, I don't care about it.
I bet you the Saudi folks said, we need a Saudi Arabia champion.
Yeah, like what? So
All right, let's get them a belt.
Okay, so look. So I'm going to ask you this question. So when Gunther or whoever wins that belt, right, what happens with it?
I don't know.
There you go.
No clue.
That's my point.
But are you not intrigued by Gunther versus Cody at all?
Just prove my point. I asked you a question. And whoever wins this, for the men's and women's, whoever wins this Saudi Arabia championship match, what happens with the belt?
Okay, so let's ask. Let's ask the viewers right here, right now. Do you care?
I would love to know
about the Crown Jewel championship belt at all. Do you care in the least bit that they have this big, shiny, brand new? How many diamonds did they say was on this thing?
A lot of diamonds. It was a lot of diamonds.
Do we care?
They're walking around like it's a freaking like it's like top flight security for this belt.
WWE's cooking right now. Don't get me wrong.
No,
they're doing
cooking.
Awesome.
They're cooking in a lot of ways, but
this had to be somebody saying, we need a champ.
Yes, of course.
Yes, sir. We can do that.
Yeah, we can give you a Saudi Arabia championship. And who gives a damn?
Who wins, Gunther or Cody?
I think Cody wins.
Who wins Bloodline versus Bloodline?
I think they find a way. Because this is another thing I have an issue with. The last pay-per-view Bad Blood was how many weeks ago?
3, maybe.
So The Rock comes out. He does this.
Is The Rock coming to Saudi Arabia?
I don't know, 5-star, but if I was a betting man,
you would bet.
When you count to 1, 2, 3, and it's been how many weeks since? He said he walked out and did this.
I would be shocked.
He hasn't been on TV since.
I would be shocked if The Rock was live in Saudi Arabia.
Why?
He's the biggest star in the world.
But you want the show to matter, right?
That's one way to do it.
You want me to care about this bootleg-ass Saudi Arabia championship, right?
Who wins?
I, as a fan, don't care about.
Speaking of which, who wins, Liv or Nia?
I think Rhea finds a way to interrupt. But
Does
I think
Tiffy time cash in?
There's been a lot of pump fakes. I don't think she cashed in, and she doesn't cash in Saudi Arabia.
If you want this pay-per-view to matter, something's got to happen.
She doesn't cash in Saudi Arabia, bro.
Does she cash in on Nia?
Not at Saudi Arabia.
Seth and Bronson.
I think Seth gets to win.
I'm going Bronson. Randy and KO.
KO. He's been losing a lot lately.
Randy. Triple threat. LA Knight doesn't lose the title in Saudi, does he?
No.
No. Fatal 4-way women's tag team match.
Is it my girls? Is it my girls in it?
Jade.
Yeah, Jade and Bianca.
Yeah, they're defending the titles.
They're going to win, bro. I'm picking them to win any match they're in. I don't care who is against. Bianca and Jade win everything, always.
Anything else that's on your list that we want to talk about before we get out of here?
Before we get out of here, I know you got to roll out of here. I want to ask you a question. You see the AJ Styles news?
I did. Which part, though? Him being hurt or the Hall of Fame?
The part about him not wanting to go into the TNA Hall of Fame. Do you agree or disagree?
I feel like that this was WWE saying, hey, hold on a second. We got something planned. We got something planned. Because he was on his tour. He was on his retirement tour. So who was to say that this retirement tour, barring the injury, was going to culminate with him being inducted next year? And if it was the case, then basically we wouldn't want you to do it first.
Jump the gun.
Like we copied you.
Because he made it seem like I'm still an active wrestler, so that's what I wanted. But the thing is, Rhino is also on the Hall of Fame list, and Rhino not active?
Rhino's active with TNA, but I think what AJ is saying is he's just giving he's politely and respectfully declining that he is still active. I feel like his retirement or his Hall of Fame has to come WWE first, is what I'm feeling.
Interesting. Okay. That's
all. It makes me feel like WWE had something planned already. And they've got a good relationship, so you know they would let them do it. So that's why I think they have something planned and they just didn't want to do it first.
Makes sense. All right, one more question before we get out of here. How long until I see you on the...
on the what?
Do you want me to say it?
I don't know.
You didn't hear about this? RVD and Katie Forbes.
Oh, wrestlers only.
Wrestlers only. How long until we see Dustin? Is it only
wrestlers or wrestlers only?
How long until we see Dustin 5-star and his hair and his supreme dad bod on wrestlers only?
What do you want me to show on there?
Man, I'm not asking for it. I'm just asking you a question.
I don't have anything to show on there. You want me to show you how I do my hair?
Man, look, bro.
You ever seen something about Mary?
How are you feeling about this? Are you excited about only wrestlers?
Bro, I don't even know what's going on here. I know that there are a lot of wrestlers out there that have OnlyFans that you don't even know that they have OnlyFans.
Oh, 1,000%. I know
They don't even advertise it, but they're popular.
I know a lot of independent wrestlers that have OnlyFans.
Yes.
Because it's easy money.
Yeah, there are wrestling fans at the Wrestle Center that have OnlyFans.
Huh?
Yes.
There's wrestlers on your thing?
There are wrestling fans.
Who?
And there are wrestlers.
Who?
Nixie XS has one.
Why? Okay, never mind.
Go to her Instagram real quick.
We're not going to talk about this on
Devin Walker is going to go to the women's champion, Nixie XS's Instagram page.
T-Rex have one too?
Real quick, I don't know. Women's champion. I mean, you got Nixie XS and C-Rex. Which one is it? I don't know.
We're not going to talk about this on there.
Check out
Can you wrap this up? We're going to talk about this off there. Please.
Here's what's coming up for Memphis Wrestling. Coming up on Sunday, November 17th, Butterbean boxing legend is going to be in the house. Plus,
one-on-one with C-Rex.
Ooh, look at you, fantasy booking. That is milestone 200. If you can believe that, it'll be our 200th episode that we're celebrating on Sunday, November 17th. Get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. November 23rd, we're live at Ghost River on Main Street. Tickets are as low as $10. Come drink some beer and watch some wrestling. Then on Saturday, a special Saturday, November 30th is our Stars of Tomorrow. This is just like the WWE ID that we were talking about. We have a whole new batch of trainees that are ready to rock and roll in the ring. So on November 30th, they get their first opportunity at that. And it's headlined by Jonathan Gresham, one of our coaches, going head up with Tim Bosby. So prospect versus coach right there. And then, of course, on December 8th, it's the Grind City Rumble featuring Top Dollar, a.k.a. AJ Francis. Devin, what you got going on?
Grizzly season is in full swing.
Yeah, it is.
Just Grizzlies, bro. Grizzlies. Oh, the Tigers start their season this weekend. That's what I got to do. Tigers put their first game on November 4th, I believe. So Tigers basketball, Tigers football, Memphis Grizzlies basketball. Life is getting a little bit busy. I'm getting a little bit. I'm trying to check out my boxes, but your boy got to sleep more. I'm not 22 anymore, bro. You know.
I definitely know. We got a game Monday. We've got a game Wednesday. We got a game Thursday. I think I'm doing soccer on Saturday. It is going to be rocking and rolling, and I can't wait. This is the busy time.
Oh yeah, I love how busy it is, but also you got to make sure that when you need to take care of your body, you got to take care of your body. So that's what I need to figure out what I need to do. But no, busy. Shout out to Only Wrestlers. You're going to see Dustin on there coming soon.
I think we're going to see Devin on there.
I'm not a wrestler, bro. You are.
All right, so who are you going to join? What subscription are you going to get?
I'm not subscribing to you. What's wrong with you?
Not me. I'm talking about which one. You've obviously looked this up.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Jordan Grace?
No. I've unsubscribed. Continue. In the show.
That's all the time we have before Devin gets broke up.
Yep,
I am Dustin Starr.
Get me jammed up.
He's Devin Walker, baby. Say it. Oh, yeah. Well, let me get over here. Oh, yeah. So long, everybody. It's the Macho Man. Where's your shirt today?
Dude. Great question.
Slacker.
Great question.